today we're going to review SmackDown vs. Raw for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. You can also find the game on the PlayStation 2, the PSP, the PSP Go, the Nintendo Wii, and the DS system. Now SmackDown vs. Raw is actually made by THQ, a very well-known publishing franchise for video games. There's not too many other wrestling games out there other than TNA Impact, but obviously they didn't do so well with their last game. Now here's a brief look at SmackDown vs. Raw for the Xbox 360, PS3, and the other platforms. Take a look. Alright, here's the first thing about SmackDown vs. Raw. The main menu itself is actually overlaid by a training mode, which I thought was actually very good. Before you start even playing the game, training. Now all the matches are actually categorized. One-on-one, you can go from normal match to Inferno, all the way down to a last man standing match, or an Extreme Rules match, depending on what you want. 2-on-2, same thing. Tag team, Tornado Tag, Hell in a Cell Tornado, and so on and so forth. A new addition to the game is actually the Royal Rumble. Well, not really new, but it's part of one of the new features in the actual game itself. Also, the newest addition to SmackDown vs. Raw is the Championship Scramble. The entire roster for SmackDown vs. Raw is actually updated thoroughly. Not to mention there are some superstars in the actual roster that have been released, such as Umaga and Mr. Kennedy. Not to mention Jeff Hardy, who recently left. As you can see, the entrances are very thorough, depending on what you want through the Creative Wrestler mode. Costumes, head attire, championships, everything. As you can see, I created my guy. I had to. I do it all every time I play a SmackDown vs. Raw game. Some of the controls are actually a bit scratchy and the contact is kind of delayed. But they do acquire all moves in the wrestling organization, basically from a spear to a headlock takedown, DDT, whatever you want. Another great part about the game is the finishers. You can create your own custom finishers of what you want. This is mine. Of course, this is one of many different types of finishers you can create. You can also name them. Another new addition to SmackDown vs. Raw is the actual create your own storyline. There's pretty much limitless things of what you can do here. You can create your own scene, create your own match, and use that to create the entire storyline for what you want to use. I gave SmackDown vs. Raw a 4 to 5, but here's why. The customization in the game is pretty much flawless and very detailed. You can create just about anything. From superstars, to storylines, to who you like and who you hate. You can always flip and change it around any way you want them. However, the difficulty in the game hasn't changed very much. It's still pretty easy to the average gamer. I played it for like a few minutes and honestly I can beat the champion with a creative character I just made. So that kind of tells you the difficulty of the game. However, the graphics are still very good, even though it's been done over and over again. Even though some of the graphics are still a little glitchy. I mean, the contact from the wrestlers and all the moves can still be done a little. Just a reminder, guys, if you had pre-order SmackDown vs. Raw at certain locations, you get this guy as an exclusive character. Other than SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, more games have come out that I'll also give my reviews on. Take a look. Don't forget, viewers, you can still subscribe to my YouTube channel at AWR316 for all your weekly game reviews and updates from GamerX. Remember, viewers, for more, visit my website. www.gamerxmarksthespot.webs.com. Here are more games coming out for the Xbox 360, PS3, and so on that are coming out that you can reserve. Some of these games will be the best of this year and next year, so if you want them, pre-order them. I want to thank all my viewers who left comments on my page last week about what's better, Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. Today is something new. I know it's an older subject, but I feel like I gotta say something about it. I want to know how you guys feel about the recent purchase of Marvel Comics by Disney. Personally, I thought it was a bad move by Marvel. Disney's too much of a baby company and they're really going to demolish what Marvel stands for. But, that's my opinion. What do you think? And that's my review on SmackDown vs. Raw for the Xbox 360 and PS3. Tune in next week as I review Tekken 6. Why? Because that's the bottom line. Because Gamer X said so. Remember viewers, X marks the spot.